Hello everyone. It has been a pretty wild 5.5 weeks for myself. It will be a time which I will not forget in a hurry. A lot of things have happened in this short space of time. To think that not even 6 weeks ago, I was here getting everything gathered to return to my hometown and turning this, whatever you want to call it, abomination, we'll go with that, into this. It was a good couple of days, and getting everything moved in and ready to rock and roll. Good view, decent room. Coming into the springtime, lots of happy stuff. Going for a cycle around, lovely views. Everything seemed set in place, ready to move on to the next step. We even started getting up some bits and pieces. But obviously, it didn't last very long, as I've documented on this channel a few times. And so now we have gone from there. This was where I was staying temporarily for a few days while I got everything sorted together. An old spare around my old man's. This was after we had cleared it out. It was in a bit of a state. And that brings us to here. It has been a busy day, as I'm sure you can understand. My second home move in 5 weeks. Would not recommend. But apart from a thunderstorm, which I got caught in as I was making my first unloading out of the car, everything went fairly decently well. It's a good room. It's a nice part of town. It's one I'm not particularly used to, however. The guy I'm with he seems alright at the very least. I'm sure he'll watch this. Oh, goodness me. But it is infinitely better here than what it was. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. Not everything works out. It was only ever meant to be temporary anyways, just that it got pretty sketchy after a while. But some additional good news. As I was moving in, you guys might remember, some of you may remember the old desk I've been using for my setup. I had it for about 5 years or so, and it was in need of a change. Well, as it turned out, I ordered a new desk, and it arrived today as well. The timing couldn't have been much better. Early afternoon, after having got in and caught my breath, it wasn't due to turn out until the beginning of next week. Not even the end of next week, about a week from now. So as a result, this is the Eureka Ergonomic, I think it's the P60, I think it's called. It's the 152 by 70 centimeter one. It is about a couple £100 I paid for this, and I thought it was about time I get myself something pretty decent. Assembly took about 45 minutes or so. I like the feet on these. They actually move about on a ball, so they kind of adjust to how you're sitting, or at least how you're putting the desk down, that sort of good stuff. It wasn't too bad. Almost all of it is Allen key. A couple extra bits and pieces here and there. And then the cool thing of this is the top is a giant mouse mat. You just get one big mouse mat that you get to lay out. You'll notice as well the desk kind of concaves in slightly, the idea of kind of getting you into things more. It's a good desk. Pretty happy with it. From my short time with it so far, I would recommend. And if you can get it on for a little bit cheaper than that, then go for it. There was a version actually on a site, which was about like 120 quid, that was secondhand. I very nearly got it, but it wasn't in great nick. And I was like, I think I'm happy just to pay to get it new. Here is the setup a bit further down the line. The desk very handy goes with the colour scheming, actually. I've got this cabinet down here, which is not ideal, but I haven't got anywhere else to put at the moment, so it's just some temporary storage. You'll also notice as well, I do not have my chair currently. That is at the old place. That will be collected hopefully some point next week. I even got my mini fridge up and running. I wanted to make a point of some of the bits here. I've got a load of magnets and stuff. But the stuff on the left side, I was given this by one of our patrons, Shane, who I met over in Florida not too long ago. But he sent these to me way back. Really cool, and I've never managed to get around to putting them up on anything. I didn't want to put them on like little shared fridges and that sort of thing because it just seemed they wouldn't get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, really, really awesome stuff. And that takes us to now. Hi. It is weird. I won't lie. I think the events the past few weeks are probably not helping with this. But it's also very strange. I'm back in my hometown, but it doesn't feel like it. I'm very used to being in a particular sort of area of town, and I am about as outskirty as it was. I think when I left here, I'm not even sure the majority of stuff around me even existed. This housing's been thrown up very, very, very quickly. And that's good, obviously housing issues, that sort of thing. But it's very strange. I kind of feel like kind of that halfway, like I kind of recognize where I am, but I don't. It's very unusual. And I'm going to have to get used to a variety of things. The setup is not perfect at the moment. I have got my ring light on, though, hence I'm looking, reasonably bright. It's the first time I've had this ring light on in like nearly 2 months. I'm not used to how bright it is. It's not even that bright anyway, so I've got it on like the second lowest setting. But it's good to be done. And it is nice to be able to just sit down and kind of take a breath from what has been a pretty hectic few weeks. I'm not going to sit here and like pretend and suggest that like, oh no, like all these disasters, which it has been kind of bad, and some people on the Discord will be aware there's been some issues, but there are other people going through far, far worse than me, so I'm not going to sit here and try and suggest otherwise. But a bit of peace would be good, and hopefully that's what we're going to get here. Bit of time to kind of get my feet on solid ground for the time being, and rock and roll from there. So other than that, we're okay. I still have kind of like a little sort of intermittently sort of cough, which comes through from time to time. That might be slightly to do with the weather. It's probably somewhat down to the stress of things of the past few weeks. It feels like it's improving slowly. But I suspect I'm going to have this for a little while longer. Basically what I'm trying to say is I'm waiting for it to be like a foot of snow, and then I'll be fairly happy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We will be getting kind of things underway a bit more succinctly with the channel, videos, all that lovely good stuff. A lot of it's recorded. I've recorded like troubleshoot. I've recorded like nearly a month ahead of time because I had to while I had the opportunity to do so. We've still got some work to do with Sleeping Dogs, and we'll get there. I know this isn't the most succinct and exciting update video you're ever going to see, but this is me just kind of registering to myself that the carnage is hopefully over. We can pray. I'll get a bit more of a proper update video up in the next few weeks or so once I know what the hell's going on, basically, because I don't yet. Anyways, thanks everyone. Have a good summer, and I'll speak soon.